Okay. Hi, my name is Talia. I have a channel called Talia Nerds Out. This is my mom.
Hi, I'm Marlisha.
Channel name pending. I'm going to jump back behind the camera because I really wanted her to do the Audiobook Tag, and I told her she would have no work to do except I would ask her questions, she would answer, and I guess I'm going to have to help you with upload too.
Yeah, probably.
So, slightly more work than I anticipated. But she will be learning all these things. Okay, I'm popping behind the camera again. Okay, so Audiobook Tag. Usually people will say who they're tagged by, so you were tagged by Talia of Talia Nerds Out. This book tag was created by BookBubs. So, actually, I'm going to take this off. All right. So the first question is, do you listen to audiobooks? If not, why?
I do listen to audiobooks, usually when I'm doing something else.
Whoa, there's more questions.
Oh. I like to talk.
Okay, 2. Has your use of audiobooks changed over time? If so, how?
Yes, I listen to more audiobooks than I did in the past.
Okay. 3. How do you choose which book will be read versus listened to?
It depends on my mood. Generally, they're mysteries.
4. Do you look into narrators before you listen, or do you go in blind?
I used to go in blind, but for certain books, I look for a certain narrator. I always go for Hugh Fraser for Agatha Christie's Poirot.
This is a question I'm adding in, but this isn't actually a question. Do you have any narrators that you absolutely would not want to return to?
If I do, I can't remember who they are because I can't. I
Yeah.
didn't like them so much. I just
Now, that wasn't actually one of the questions. It just occurred to me.
Yeah.
Okay, now, the actual next question is, do you multitask while audiobooking? Audiobooking, okay. If so, what else do you do? That's why I stopped you, because I could see where you're going.
I can be showering. I can be crocheting or knitting. I might be walking on the treadmill. Almost anything. Cleaning.
I was that you do it a lot while cleaning. Okay. If you're reading a series and you listen to the first book, would you switch to reading a later book, or do they all need to be listened to?
Do you mean when I listen to a different author?
Okay, no, so like, say if you are listening to a series for the first time, let's say that Amelia Peabody series I've been telling you about. You listen to the first book, and then you're like, oh, I can either go and read it as a Kindle or physical book for the next one, or I feel like I now need to listen to the rest of the books as an audiobook because I started as an audiobook.
I have no such constraints. I am a very mood what's the word I'm looking for? A mood affected person. If if the mood strikes me to read, I'll read. Listen.
Okay. What % of the books you are consuming currently are audiobooks?
Oh, I don't know. Probably about maybe 20%.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually surprised it's not more than that, because for a long time it seems like audiobooks were your main.
Well, that was when I was trying to keep up with the Agatha Christie's read-along.
Well, I feel like actually the Agatha Christie read-along really pushed you into more.
I did a lot of reading.
Other reading. I feel like before that you were almost primarily audiobook reading.
If you look at my breakdown, I was about a third.
On Surgraph? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was just the perception I had, because I could always hear you listening to audiobooks. Okay, now this is your bonus question. Do you have a favorite narrator or favorite book that you enjoyed in the audiobook format?
My favorite narrator is Hugh Fraser, and almost anything Poirot that he narrates. Cards on the Table.
Now, can you think of, again, I'm adding questions. Can you think of a non-Hugh Fraser book that you really enjoyed as an audiobook? Specifically.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Sherlock Holmes, The Lost World.
Oh, that's not Sherlock Holmes. It's an Arthur Conan Doyle, but
Right.
not a Sherlock Holmes.
I meant to say Conan Doyle, and yes, of course.
So that was really a really good
I
experience
enjoyed
as
that.
an audiobook.
I enjoyed that.
Okay, yeah, because I read it personally a long time ago as a physical book.
I didn't read it. I listened to it. And it was
Yeah,
just,
and I was saying,
liked
so it
it.
sounds like it was a good experience,
That
a
one-
listening experience.
that one and the one I'm currently doing now, which is Lord Peter Wimsey book. And I'm not sure who's narrating it, but he's really quirky.
So now, okay, here's a question. Would you consider going to Lord Peter Wimsey as a Kindle or physical book, or if you had this narrator consistently available, would you stick to his narrations of Lord Peter Wimsey?
Eventually, I'd like to read them, but I kind of like to continue with the narration. He's got such a quirky delivery, especially for Wimsey. It's funny.
Well, Wimsey has a quirky delivery. So,
Well, the voice is really
yeah. So, okay, so if you were able to find more of his and continue down the series, you would for a while
probably,
at least.
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. You might need to make sure you keep track of what his name is, so that way you have that.
Well, I own the book, so.
Well, that's good.
Book,
so you can make sure, like, you take note of it. Oh, okay, I like him as a narrator for Lord Peter Wimsey. Let me continue as much as I can. Okay, so that is the Audible book tag. Woof. And so I will be getting this up on her channel. Eventually, I will probably have to.
Yeah, but how you do that? You don't have access to my channel.
Well, what I would probably do is, I'll think it through. We'll make it work. We can make it work, even if I have to connect via USB with my phone and pull it over. I think that is a potential. Because I've already, I think I can make that work.
Cool.
Alrighty, so thank you very much. Any ending words? Because this is technically your video on your channel.
I have no idea what else to say. This is complete. She just sprung it on me, so I don't.
Yeah, I ambushed her. I didn't give her time to say no.
This is the same way we got started with our podcast. So
well, I think for the knitting one, no, I don't think I sprung it on you. No. Are you sure? No.
You're very bad.
Which means you might end up having a booktube channel, because what happened for the knitting one? We started with you'll just be a guest person. Once.
Almost 12 years later, 13 years later.
We've been doing knitting podcasts together for like I said, 12 years. So she might end up 12 years down the line doing a booktube.
Poor people.
But if that happens, I'm going to teach you how to set up your own camera. Okay? And you'll have control of your channel.
Good. I like control.
Yes, I know you like control. So, okay.
Where do you think you get it from?
What did I do with my fob? Okay, hang on. I need to grab the fob to turn off the camera, so that I'm not actually reaching in frame.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that didn't work.
You are going to cut that out.